Welcome to Wing It. These are deck upgrades for Zoey and Daisy, going from the Wages of Sin into For the Greater Good. Because we are enemies of the Lodge, we are going to be needing to evade and to murder. So, we don't have to worry so much about willpower checks and parlays and that kind of thing. But the evasion is a particular concern for these two investigators because of their low agility, which is why I have things like handcuffs, daring, and of course daring is just a great card on its own, and ethereal form for Daisy. Things that have been in for my level 0 decks are here because I wanted to be able to make sure that I could remove Doom from Cultist. So this is where we're at. We have 4 XP to spend, and so I'm just going to do the relatively straightforward thing and to get 2 upgraded Beat Cops. Now, the problem with Beat Cop is, of course, that it's going to compete for slots with Brother Xavier, and I'm not picking up Charisma. I'm just going to play whichever one of these I find first. But I think Charisma is something that I will probably pick up the next time I have a block of XP to spend on it. But we certainly... Brother Xavier, the willpower boost, the soak is probably not as critical in this particular scenario as maybe it was in the last few ones. And so I'm going to lean harder into Beat Cop. But eventually I think I'd like to be able to have both of them down at once. So anyway, because Beat Cop does give us kind of that fight boost, and we've gotten, the Enchanted Blade gives us the +2, even on non-charged attacks. Our fight value is, boosting our fight is not as important. Also, the fact that Stick to the Plan thins our deck and Enchanted Blade gives us card draw means that the card draw from Overpower is not quite necessary. So Overpower is becoming less of a valuable card to us. We're going to replace both of our Overpowers with Beat Cop. So that is our 4 XP, and now let's look at Daisy. With Daisy's 4 XP, we're actually going to bank 1, and we're going to buy additional copies of both Pathfinder and Otherworldly Codex, both to give us consistency. They're really good cards. I didn't get either one out last scenario just because of when I drew them and where my tempo was. So, and because I never searched and hit those Astounding Revelations to give me economy, so it was hard to pay for stuff, and that was unfortunate. So the Otherworldly Codex will allow me to get rid of cultists who have Doom on them, because I can search the encounter deck and find another copy of the cultist and then get rid of the cultist that's in play. So I'm hopeful that is, I've put a lot of thought into how do I handle getting rid of Doom on these cultists by evading when both Daisy and Zoey are at a 2 intellect. So she's got the Mind Over Matter way, she's got the Otherworldly Codex way, she's got the Ethereal Form way, and then Encyclopedia boosting for intellect and then maybe Knowledge's Power to boost again, could get either of them up to a 6 for a turn. Seems pretty good. So these are all the ways that I've thought about how I might be able to handle that mechanic in the scenario with these 2 investigators, and it goes all the way back to my level 0 decks and things like Ethereal Form that is I've just been carrying around with a plan to potentially use it this scenario. So anyway, I do have to get rid of 2 cards to replace those. The easy card to get rid of I feel like is Inquiring Mind. It's a good card, but it's a level 0 card. I mean, I've got ways to boost now. It's not always applicable. It can be a dead card. So generally Daisy's okay on her tests, and Encyclopedia can get her where she wants to go. The other one, I really had difficulty, and there's cards here like Ethereal Form that I don't really want to hang on to long term, but I want them for this scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and drop an Astounding Revelation, which is a little bit painful because that is her economy card. But it's, and it helps thin her deck so she can find all the things she wants. It's a really good card, but I feel like at this point I'm going to have to move away from it and get into some more reliable economy, and maybe I'm going to spend some of her XP on actually replacing those with emergency caches, the remaining 2 Astounding Revelation. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I do need to free up the deck space, so I could have gotten rid of I've Got a Plan, but there are some times I just need Daisy to throw out some damage and to be part of the fighting. And especially if we manage to, let the Doom Clock run out, we may need to fight. And definitely if we do that, I've Got a Plan will be helpful. So... anyway, that's where we're at. Hopefully I have given them enough tools to be able to deal with being enemies of the Lodge. So let's go find out as we go on to the greater good.